from our earliest inception of the motorcycle and how the founders used it to prove its mettle. It's been part of us. It's in our DNA.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. And some of you may be going like, why are we talking about Harley Davidson? Well, it's new, and it's new. It's not like the reveal we just had. I may repeat myself here in a second, but this is new. And we need to talk about new. Okay, I need to stop saying that, but it's fun to say new. This is a big deal, and I really want to talk about it. I feel like it's going to impact the entire motorcycle world, really. Not just the Pan America, though. More about the heart of it, that Revolution Max motor. Probably what those guys are smiling about while riding this bike. It's a powerful motor. It's brilliant from what I've seen, and they're getting into the game that everybody wants them to get into. So I'm going to show you guys some specs and talk about that real quick so we can get that part out of the way, and then we're going to talk about how I think it feels and what we're getting into. I believe I had it on Instagram. I got to see this bike at the Long Beach show last year, the IMS. It was behind a glass case, but I did get to see it. So, alright, so you guys can see we're over here on motorcycles. They got the electric street cruiser, adventure touring, touring trike. So, if you guys know, they did announce the 2021 lineup about a month ago, and I didn't do anything about that because I didn't feel like there was a whole lot for me to talk about. There was a lot of stuff they got rid of, stuff I'm not a fan that they got rid of, but then again, I don't have enough space for more bikes, and I got to get more Doge before I can do all that stuff. But so the new category right here is the adventure touring, and this is a big deal right here for this Harley Davidson company. Now we have the Pan America 1250. I love that like HD logo. Maybe it's not new. Any Harley Davidson fans can tell me if it's been around before. I was out of the game for a while on motorcycles. But I do really dig that HD logo on the side. Let's click on the standard one before we go into the special. The special had some really cool features. Man, this is just an all-around cool looking bike, personally, for me. This one, you guys see, it's got the standard wheels. They do have the Brembo Brakes on there. That's really cool. I feel like this is, I'm going to dig into this in a minute, but the motorcycle companies are learning from each other, working off each other, and hopefully we're going to keep growing because of it. So, let's see, let's give a little, no, don't want to do it? Okay. So we have the River Rock Gray and the Vivid Black. You can see this bike starts at $17,319, and it goes up a little bit with the River Rock Gray, which has a cool color on there as well. It's a good looking motorcycle. So of course, you know, it's got more of an aggressive riding style because this is a completely different setup, you know, with the mid foot controls, and you got the passenger seat on there as well. You got the tail in here. I don't know if this means it's the adjustable, the RDS. I know on the other one it does. Let's see. This is the right bike for a versatile comfort on and off the road. Enthusiasts will see touring as a detour. Riders seeking power, tech, and capability in a design package that is unique Harley Davidson. That's you know, that's well put. They did a good job on this. Not everyone is liking this bike, but sometimes that means you did it right. So seat height comes in at 31.8. That's really not bad. It's a really good starting point. You know, you got your ground clearance at 8.3. You know, this is all stuff that you want in all that. Trail 6.2. Your wheelbase is 62. Got 170 on that back end. Those Michelins are really cool. 5.6 gallon gas tank. That is really nice. I'm really liking that. Weight as shipped. This is really a big one right here. Everybody's really worried how heavy this bike was going to be. I want to know how it feels while riding the bike. Is it top heavy? Is it, you know, is it balanced right? That's going to be the big factor. And also this motor. This motor is an absolute beast on paper. that Revolution Max 1250, getting back in the liquid cooled game. I'm very happy to be saying that for Harley Davidson. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, you're an Indian guy. I'm an American V twin guy, so we're gonna talk about that as well here in a second. 46 miles to the gallon, that's pretty good for all this horsepower. 42 lean angle. Let's see what else we got in here. Got all your gear ratios, your chassis, inverted front forks, 47 millimeter. These are all looking really good here, you guys. I'm really liking all this stuff. I can't wait to go get my hands on one. There's a bunch of just tech in here, you guys, with the screen, all the different languages on there. Let's go ahead and pop over to the other model. Back over, and the special. And I believe the special is coming in at 19. Yeah, 19,999. And that's for the orange and white. I don't know about you guys. That's maybe one of the things that I'm like not understanding, the mixture there. Just a personal preference, I guess. I like the gray a lot. I'm a fan of the gray. Indian's got a really nice stealth gray. You know, it's really pretty. I know on this one, this has the adjustable ride height. And that's a huge thing because not everybody is tall. Some of us are vertically challenged. Here we go, a nice list of all the stuff for the special. Semi-active front and rear suspension with vehicle low control. Tire measure monitoring system. I would imagine that'd be on the other one from all the tech it had. Center stand. Ooh, that is cool. I did not catch that. I'm gonna have to look for that. Multi-position rear brake pedal. Brush guard, aluminum skid plate, all big stuff for if you guys want to go on off-road, which I would love to be able to have the time and money to go do something like this. Factory installed, adaptive ride height. There it is, adaptive ride height. Steering damper, that's good. Tubeless lace wheels, that's a really cool one too. You guys get that lace wheel look without having a tube. The adaptive ride height, I really want to check that out. I'm really curious how well that works, how it feels in the movement. I know that there's suspensions out there that already do that kind of stuff, like aftermarket suspensions. That's definitely a big deal. I'm digging all this stuff right here. I can't wait to see all this stuff in action. That wheel is really, really a beautiful wheel. Alright guys, so that is enough of the specs and all that fun stuff. You can find more on Harley Davidson's website. For me, I want to have you guys listen to this part of the video, and then we're gonna dive into my thoughts on this bike, who it's for, and all that fun stuff that I see coming in the future. Take a look.
Everyone always said, well, you got to make this trade-off. You're either going to be an off-road bike or you're going to be an on-road bike. And to me, that never really made sense, that it had to be this dichotomy of one or the other.
And it was like, hey, there's an opportunity here. You know, this is like a missing link. Frankly, we own the Grand American touring market. We are the market. If you think about power that the company was able to harness and the desirability that the product had at its core through the early 90s all the way through the 2000s, we love that customer. That customer's been incredibly special to us and important to us, but we've got to start thinking about a new customer too. Like, this is something that should have been in our lineup, and all these things came into place, and we eventually said, yeah, let's do this, man. We can absolutely own this.
So if you guys listen to that, there is a very much Harley Davidson to what they're saying. They're bringing in, Harley Davidson's been a big fish in a small pond for a little while, and they are jumping in the ocean, and I support them. But oh man, like, this is a big market. There's a lot of players, and a lot of players that have been doing this very well. So, you know, I for one of the people that are supporting them. What I want to really say though is one thing they did right there is they talked about their customer base. You know, they love them from the 90s, blah 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 blah. So they're like, here you go, we paid our little tribute to you guys, thank you so much. But we got to look at you know, other riders, new generation riders. Very smart for them to do it this way. But he also said, this is a bike that should have already been in our lineup. The way I take that is what happened with the V-Rod. If you guys don't know, like, I heard it firsthand from people when I was in Laughlin, Nevada, when the V-Rod was coming out, and just a lot of people. It's not a Harley Davidson. That's not Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson has a sound. Harley Davidson has this. Harley Davidson has that. That's great, but you can have more than one thing. We are in a day and age where the Corvette is mid-engine and there's an electric Mustang. I'm not saying that's a good thing. They're not all winners, okay? It's a cool car, but it's not a Mustang. I'm getting sidetracked. But that's how some people are like, it's not a Harley Davidson. It's not this. Well, Harley Davidson gets to come to the table and play with everybody else. And this is what we want. So and this is where I'm getting into. I'm supporting them as American V-twins is just what I'm into. I grew up a huge Harley Davidson fan. My dad had a motorcycle shop. We lived on motorcycles. My parents got married on motorcycles in Big Bear, California. Like, I rode on them back when I was a child to get there. So this is all like coursing through the veins. Like, it's, you guys see me with Indians, that doesn't mean I'm just an Indian guy. I don't want to be labeled to one thing. That's not how it should be. That's not how motorcycles should be. Motorcycles should be everything. Now, and I kind of feel like Harley Davidson backed off the Bronx so that way they were like kind of be able to focus in. I was like, we still have the custom coming. This motor, I think, is going to be a huge, huge game changer for Harley Davidson. All the time, the people that I see complaining about Harley Davidson, most of the time it's not liquid cooled. It's not liquid cooled. It's not liquid cooled. It's still air cooled. And then the same thing with the new Chief. They're complaining that it's an air cooled motor and they didn't do the Power Plus. There's time for all these things. Okay, no matter what. These motorcycle companies are moving in this direction. This is a huge thing right here. They're saying, we need to do this. We need this motor. We need this. You know, we need to start adding more tech. We need to start having this. This is very smart. And this is going to push, hopefully, both companies for the American market in the right direction. You know, if you guys notice, the Brembo Brakes, it says Brembo on them. Harley Davidson has had Brembo Brakes, if you didn't know this, and had them with the Harley Davidson badge on there. Well, like, a big factor is people like seeing that Brembo logo on there. Indian Challenger did it. I like mine. I like it showing on there. I'll probably end up getting a actual Brembo caliper and new piston, like all the stuff for the bobber, you know, new everything. So these are cool things. They're being very smart with this. I think they've done a fantastic job with this bike. Like I was saying earlier, not everyone likes it, and to me that's a good thing. Not saying that's about my bikes. One of my bikes, not everybody likes, but it's not for everybody. I was like, plus they're just looking at the tail lights, which apparently that's what this bike's going to do with 150 horsepower and 500 pounds. Like, this thing, this is going to be a screamer. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to just put some street tires on there and go ham. So I think that's who this bike is for. The guy who maybe wants to get into an adventure bike, but who loves American V-twins, who doesn't want to leave those brands, who doesn't want to do that stuff. Cool. It's a small part of the market, but it's there. And I think it's a very smart play. I'm a fan of this bike. I cannot wait to check it out. I'm a fan of what it's going to do for us in the future. And I think you guys, that's a way to look at it. Maybe you don't like this bike, but that motor and that custom, oh yeah, that's gonna be a real winner, I think. Well, I'm gonna leave the little clip of the of the custom here at the end, you guys, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, and hopefully I'll have some Bonneville news out here later today for you guys as well, and all the other stuff coming up in the future. So I think today is a great day for motorcycles. It's been a great month for motorcycles. It's a good time to be on two wheels, especially with gas prices here in Southern California. But that's another topic for another day. All right, guys, stay safe, stay classy, and yeah, I can't wait to share the road with all of you guys. There.
Soon. The 1250 Custom Cruiser. It's got a fistful of torque and power, just like the Pan America.